Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what to do if she says I'm not ready for a relationship. So, there are many versions of this basically, but this is probably one of the most popular. And what I mean by versions of this is that sometimes women say things like that because they don't want to hurt your feelings, and she's basically trying to let you down gently and saying no to you gently, right? I know sometimes it would be more useful if a woman just told you straight that she wasn't interested in you and she wasn't into you. I know it would be a lot more easier when it comes to that kind of thing. But most of the time, big bit of a generalization here, but most of the time women are very in tune with other people's emotions and with her own emotions. And therefore she's thinking about your emotions and she's trying not to hurt your feelings, because that's where a lot of women come from. They come from a very nurturing place and they don't want to upset you. They don't want you to feel bad about yourself. They don't want to they don't want to damage your self-esteem, and they don't want you to feel awful about yourself. So they say things like, I'm not really ready for a relationship, or I'm not really ready to date, or I'm not sure where I am in my life right now, or I need to find myself. They say things like that. And when they say things like that, basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to say no to you. They are basically saying, no, thank you, I'm not interested in you right now. I'm not interested in being with you. I'm not interested in going out with you. And basically that's their nice way of saying it. They don't want to be blunt with you, because that kind of is a bit harsh, and they don't want to be harsh because they don't want to upset you. They don't want to see you upset, so they try and do it in a way that's a little bit more subtle, in a way that's less damaging for you. But unfortunately this can actually be confusing and it can be counterintuitive. So basically, if because men usually, and again being very generalized here, but usually, you take what, as a man, you would take what people say as truth, right? So if she says, oh, it's because I'm not ready for a relationship now, you may see that as, oh, she just needs a bit of time. She just needs a bit of time. Or she may she may say something like, I'm not sure where I am in my life right now, and you think, okay, she just needs to do a bit of soul searching and then she'll be ready. But that's not what that means. She's trying to hint to you that she's not interested. Yeah, that's what she means by that. And you don't have to take it personally. In fact, she's trying to be nice to you by doing that. There's some women out there that will, maybe even say something really, really mean to you, when, they reject you. So, you kind of have to, just see it as her just being nice to you. She's just trying to be friendly. She's just trying to not hurt your feelings. And she's coming from a good place. She's not interested in you, but she doesn't also want to hurt your feelings. She's trying to do a kindness to you by saying something along those lines. But it does mean that she's not interested. And it kind of makes sense, right? It makes logical sense. Like if a girl was really, really into you and really, really wanted to hang out with you, who really wanted to be in a relationship with you, who was really, really super attracted to you, then she would do anything to hang out with you, right? That's it. She would be so enthusiastic about hanging out with you and being around you because she's so attracted to you. You have to kind of think of it from your point of view as well and think, when I'm really into someone, I would do anything to be with them. I would do anything to be around them. Like you know that you'd do anything to be around her. You know that, right? So, obviously, and that means and that's because you really, really like her. So if she's kind of a bit like, sorry, I'm not really sure where I am right now, saying something like that, I'm not really ready for a relationship, if she's saying things like that, then you have to kind of see it as she's not interested. Because if this was, the roles were reversed and she was asking you out or saying something, whatever it may be to you, you'd be like, yes, I'd love to hang out with you. So, it makes logical sense that her saying that to you means that she doesn't like you. Because when you like someone, you would do anything to be with them. You'd do anything to be around her, right? And, it's the same for women. Like if she wanted to be with you, she would do anything to be around you. She literally would do anything to be with you, right? Now, there's another section about this kind of thing as well. It could be that you're coming on a bit too strong. It could be that, because if you're talking about relationships and she's saying to you like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, it might be because you are coming on too strong and you're trying to move things a little bit more faster than she's comfortable with, right? Because usually with women, and again, this is a generalization, it takes them a lot longer to actually warm up to someone, because I think women are naturally not very trusting most of the time, just because of, I think personally, biology, and I think also because women are a lot more, again, biology, a lot more vulnerable than men, because they are, usually, again, this is a generalization, they usually are very weaker, as in physically weaker, so it's very easy for a woman to be dominated by a man. Usually, in the cavemen times, we were very vulnerable because we used to, we menstruated and we didn't have anything like sanitary products in those days, so we're very vulnerable. It was also the case, we had to look after very young children in a very dangerous environment. If you think about, again, like the cavemen times, because our brains really haven't changed that much since, those survival times. Our brains haven't changed that much at all. We're just obviously in a new society, but our brains and evolution hasn't quite caught up to the kind of luxuries that we have. So, women tend to be a little bit more distrusting because they have to be. We have to be more distrusting because we're more vulnerable, right? It could easily be, let's take an example of, there's a woman, in caveman times, and she's just out picking berries, whatever it was that we were doing back then, and a strange man comes up to her and, is asking about her and is clearly romantically interested in her, but he's from a different tribe. Like, she has to be, like, a bit more cautious, right? She has to be, because obviously she might be on her own, or there might be only another woman there with her, and these two women can be easily overpowered by him. So they have to come up with, like, they have to kind of be, like, bat their eyelids a little bit, be very sweet and nice, but obviously, be very subtle as well at the same time, like, sorry, not really interested, but hey, it's nice to see you, they're kind of behaving like that. So anyway, women, behave a little bit like that. We are less trusting, right? We are less trusting because of that survival time, and we're still kind of high alert. Oh my God, I've got to look after the babies. Oh my God, I menstruate. I'm going to be vulnerable. Those kinds of things. I'm not as strong as a man. Those things. Those fears are still like there. They're still, alarm bells are still there in a woman's brain and body. So it takes women a while, a lot longer than men, to warm up to a man. Right? Whereas you might meet a woman and instantly know that, hey, yeah, I really like you. I'd love to hang out with you. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to be in a relationship with you. Women are a lot slower because they need to feel more safe. When they realize that you're safe, once they realize, oh my God, he's not going to attack me. He's not going to attack my emotions. He's not going to be mean to me. He's not going to try and hurt me. It just kind of makes sense when you look at it from a very historical standpoint as to why women fall in love a lot slower. So if you're trying to push her into a relationship, it makes her feel uncomfortable, right? And it's not necessarily because you're not a nice person. It's not necessarily because you're not relationship material, but it's because she doesn't know you well enough yet to be in a relationship with you. And that's why she's saying, I'm not ready for a relationship. It might be the case that you are coming on too strong. And basically all you need to do, if that's the case, is you just need to back off. Go back, like, let's say you start, you've started to see each other more, and she's now starting to say to you, look, I'm not really ready for a relationship. Then basically all you have to do is you just need to, if you're seeing each other twice a week, start seeing her once a week again, or it could be once every 2 weeks. You start messaging her less. You kind of match and mirror what she's doing. So basically, if she sends you a message once a day, then you only send her a message once a day. If she sends you only one sentence, then you only send her one sentence. Just back off a lot and then just see what happens. Because if she likes you and she can see that you're backing off, that means she'll have to start pursuing you if she wants to see you, right? She'll have to start contacting you more if she wants to see you once you've backed off. So if you've backed off and she starts contacting you more, then that's when you can start contacting her more, and you can start, maybe seeing each other a bit more regular again. But, those are kinds of like the 2 points that I kind of wanted to make here. I hope it's made sense to you. Now, I obviously said some very generalistic things about women there, about them being, weaker than, like, physically weaker than men. and obviously being more vulnerable than men. Obviously, we do live in a day and age now where that's not really the case, but I'm just trying to show you the psychology of why women take a bit longer to fall in love than what guys do. Obviously, it's a huge generalization. I don't mean that every woman is like this or anything like that. But I'm just trying to, show you from their point of view historically as to why they tend to fall in love a lot slower. It's not meant to be offensive to women. It's not meant to be anything to anyone, right? It's just, trying to make sense of why it takes a long time for women to fall in love. It's not meant to be anything, mean or, showing that women as less superior and all that kind of rubbish. Like, it's not what I'm saying here. It's not the case, So anyway, I hope that's informed you on why she may say something like that. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.